shall not infringe. It's a simple cut as that. I think Virginians, is that what they say? They have the right to protect themselves in many circumstances, and don't let Northern Virginia control all of Virginia. I know you're a governor, but you don't always have to do what's popular in your party. I think you should serve your state first. Yes, you got elected, and your party supports you financially, but you still have a state, to run and run it fairly as far as that. So, shall not infringe.
All right.
Yeah.
And do you have something like a platform you can plug?
Blexit, North Carolina.
Oh yeah, it was a good event.
Oh yeah, appreciate it. Blexit, and also Phoenix Media as well. That's consists of all of us and too. And follow me at OSIGAHK on Twitter and on other platforms at OSIGAH. That's Osika.
Great. We have about 24,000 people watching right now, so you guys are aware.
Awesome.
All right. So, what would be your message to the Virginia governor?
I believe that you are supporting racist policies that directly affect Black Americans living in Virginia, and I think it's unfortunate that you are allowing criminals the opportunity to take advantage of people of color because they are not able to defend themselves. And so, yeah, I think that all gun control is racist, and I think it directly impacts Black people in this state and in America in general.
Great.
All right, I want to talk about two things. We're talking about this whole Second Amendment thing. We're going to get to that, but first, what a lot of people forgot is Northam, back in, I think, February or March, he was talking about how he wanted to do post-birth abortion. Now, that kind of went under the table when that whole KKK blackface stuff came out. But we need to talk about how we're guaranteed the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness in the Declaration of Independence. How can we be guaranteed the right to life if we're killing babies after birth? If we're killing babies at all after conception, in my opinion.
That's my opinion, too.
If life starts at conception and we're killing life after conception, that's going against the Declaration of Independence. So how is that legal? How are we allowing that as a nation? Going on to the next thing, the Second Amendment rights. We're over here trying to take away the Second Amendment from people being able to have the ability to defend themselves from a tyrannical government. This is the very reason why we even left Great Britain, the UK, why we even became an independent nation. So my thing is, we have to really figure out like how we're going to go forward and how we're going to ensure that our nation stays to the true values that we founded upon under the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, and come back to a realization, hey, maybe we need to stop. We don't want to end up like Australia. We don't want to end up like UK, where they have the highest murder rate in the world. In London, we got to figure that stuff out, because I don't want to go down the path that these other tyrannical nations such as Cuba, North Korea, Iran, where they don't have any rights because they let the government take over.
That's good.
I feel like the Constitution is what makes America a great country. So you can't just choose to pick an amendment and go after it, because if you full-heartedly support the Constitution, that's every single amendment. You can't just, like, first it'll be you're trying to take away the Second Amendment, and then here goes you may be trying to take away the First Amendment, because if I can't say how I feel, and then someone wants to attack me for it and I can't protect myself, then what am I to do? Like, I know there's police and government officials that are there to protect us, but at the end of the day, if they can't get to us fast enough, we're in a sticky situation. So a lot of times it is life or death. It is you or them when it comes to a criminal. Like, you want to be able to protect yourself. I know a lot of people are scared of guns and things of that nature, but it's about learning the safety of things. Because at the end of the day, it may sound cringy, but guns really don't kill people. It's people kill people. It's a hate that you may have in your heart, or dissatisfaction within yourself, so you feel like you should go take it out on other people, which is infringing on their rights and things of that. So I feel like maybe the governor should take a step in other people's shoes and look how other countries are that aren't able to defend themselves, and there's a cry out for help, but you want to bring that into America, which is really like it's not a part of us. It's not a part of what makes us great. So I don't feel like you should be able to take people's right away. It's like going back. And why would we want to go back when we had to go through so much just to get here? So we want to keep moving forward. So I would just say I stand with the people of Virginia. I think you should have your rights, and we're going to keep pushing and keep praying for you.
Thank you. What would you say to the Virginia governor?
Man, there's a lot of things that this man has done. I feel like you can't just like give him a pass now. Like, you know he's doing this on purpose, right? I feel like himself and other people in his party have this idea of destroying like the strong family structure and strong religion structure. It's more of us relying on the government, and everything goes through feelings, and everything goes through like no statistics, no facts or anything like that. Is what do you think what people want? Like, there's a mob mentality. So if we thought that guns are bad, then the media feeds that in, and the politicians vote for that. And that there's no facts and no statistics that lead up to that. And I'm really mad about that. Actually, I'm really not in a good mood for that.
All right. Well, thank you. There's one more thing I just want to bring up that I thought was interesting. I want to get you guys' take on it.
Okay.
I was moving the camera around, and I heard someone from the media commenting, or I guess it was part of their question and part of their framing. They said, "Well, there seems to be mostly white people here."
Oh.
So what do you think? Why are people in the media asking questions like that? From your opinion, from
That's
your
a lie.
perspective?
First of all, there's not a lot of there's white people here, but there's a lot of minority groups that are here, and it's just the idea of masking it because they don't want people finding out. Mm-hmm. They don't want people finding out, because what happens if people find out? Exactly.
Agenda.
Yo, if you ban, the whole point here is if you give an opportunity for some kid, let's say in Wisconsin, to learn about their minority supporting the same ideas he grew up on. Everybody's inherently conservative. Everybody's born conservative. But then that's the media that feeds them. That there are some Nazis that thought they were good, killing Jewish people. Who said that? Candace. Yeah, there were Nazis that thought they were good, killing Jewish people and everything like that, because there was a narrative out there that were told they were good. If we do so, we might be doing something bad, and we might not know it because we're told that we're told that we're doing that, and that's how it works. Right now, I'm pretty sure there are people watching right now. Hey, you might be a minority, you might not be a minority, but you think, hey, the media is saying this, the media is saying that, and that's what I'm going to believe in. But then you do your own research, and it's not going to line up. It's not going to line up.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So like, what I'll say is the media, especially like the fake news, we talk about CNN, MSNBC, they'll say, oh, everybody's racist and et cetera, et cetera. Trump, he's racist. Look, we've been invited to the White House like 3 or 4 times by the president.
3 times in 1 year.
And I want to know, if Trump is so racist, why is he inviting us to the White House? Why is he creating the First Step Act, the Second Step Act, getting the lowest black unemployment in all history, getting the lowest Hispanic unemployment, getting low Asian unemployment, low unemployment just in general? Why would he be trying to help us out? Why would he be trying to push up these policies to get rid of the crime bill that Bill Clinton put in?
Exactly.
Why would he be trying to do that if he was such a racist white supremacist, if he didn't care for us? I think Trump and I think Trump in general does actually care about the minorities, and he wants a better America for everybody. And what the mainstream media will do is they're going to create all these fake narratives in order to kind of go back to the people that pay them. So essentially, we're talking about like their donors, the Democrats. We already know that the DNC owns CNN and MSNBC, and they would do almost anything, say anything, lie, cheat, steal, in order to make sure their narrative is correct.
Right. Well, I think the media has a theme, a narrative of white on black racism. That is their theme. Yeah. It's a profitable topic. It's a very profitable topic. Oppression and racism is a very profitable topic, and they know that is a very, very poignant word in the black community and in minority communities in general. If they can capitalize on that and control the vote, that's exactly what they're going to do. And we see that. The media is run by the Democratic Party, essentially. And so that's what they do. They capitalize on that to control the minority minority vote and where it goes. And then they can take control that way. They don't even have to worry about what policies they put in place. It's not about that. They know, they believe that we are stupid and that they can get our votes by saying racism and white supremacy enough via media. They don't think that we're going to research ourselves and understand what actual policies are being put in place. And they're losing our votes. I'm telling you right now, black people are coming out every day in support of this president. They are losing our vote. And this will bite them in the butt. This will.
Of course,
It
that's
really
why they
will.
turn into the illegal immigrants. That's why they turn into
That's
them.
why they're turning.
Paying
I
them
mean,
under the table.
you look at the left and you look at the right. You look at the Democrat politicians and the Republican politicians. Me, I'm an independent. I have some conservative libertarian views. But you look at I try to be as unbiased as possible. But when you look at the Democrats, they kind of run on, oh, we'll be able to help stop racism.
No.
How are you going to stop racism? That doesn't
people
work.
gonna
Like,
feel
you
how
can't
they
just
feel.
walk in and say, oh, we're going to stop racism. That doesn't work like that. No. If you look at how the racist statistics of like 60 years ago, we've come a long way. I mean, we just had our first black president, like what? 4 years ago, 6 years ago, 8 years. In 2008, we elected our first black president. How is America racist if we just had a black
He
president?
got the majority white vote.
Yeah,
He got voted in because of the white community. I don't
Exactly.
understand.
They try to push it.
One thing I want to touch on that. They think they're going to stop racism by canceling all white people. You know, the 70% of the population is white. If they wanted to be racist, they can be racist. No, but they're forgetting racism is not a big problem in America. That's not a big problem. The problem is somebody's taking money out of your wallets on taxes. Somebody's lying to you. Somebody's telling you what your kids' gender pronouns are going to be. Somebody's trying to control your life behind your back, and you're letting it. And that's what we're fighting for. That's why we're in Virginia. I feel like that's the only reason we're here.
That's the reason we're in Virginia is to protect our God-given and inalienable rights. If we weren't here, if these people weren't here fighting against the left to ensure that they don't take away our rights, they take it away in a second.
Yes, of course.
The same reason that we even left Great Britain, the UK, back in 1776, we signed the Declaration of Independence, created the Constitution, 1st, 2nd, 13, 24, 27, 28 amendments. The reason we made all these amendments was to get away to ensure that our government could not create a tyrannical power over the people.
Right.
The Constitution isn't laws for the people to follow. The Constitution is to ensure that the government doesn't have the ability to take away the rights from the people. So the people have the ability to rise up and change the government if we need to. We've been under a king. We've been under a dictator. We've been under that in Great Britain, UK, when before this nation was founded. We didn't want that, so that's why we moved.
Well, and the thing is, the Democratic Party, they have a set out plan. They say, we're not going to ban all guns. We would never do that. That's not our plan. We want to make people safe. But if you look at the actual legislation, people have to stop listening to what they say. And there is a direct correlation with trying to ban all guns. They want to ban all guns, which gives them the control that takes away the power of the American people. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to ban guns, and you just need to research it. They have a complete set out plan. They start with red flag laws. They start with all these small little implementations, and it grows into banning all weapons, all guns.
Yeah, I just want to go back and touch on the whole thing about the mostly white people here. The thing is, black people only make up about 14% of the population. So of course there's going to be more white people, but just because there's more white people doesn't mean they're racist. Doesn't mean they don't support you, even though they may not fully understand what you're going through. Just to have someone to support you is like a huge thing, because nowadays sometimes people don't care about people, you know. So if someone can show you support and they're not even considered your people or your whatever, like, I feel like American people, we are each other's people. Like, you shouldn't really be focused on race. You should be focused on what's right, what's wrong, and pushing forward the right to push out the wrong. Like, I feel like love does overtake hate, so you should be more focused on love and just pushing that out, so that we can't have these things of white and black, and because at the end of the day we all bleed red. So we should just definitely come more together, because this is like a lot of separation in America, which is the narrative of the left and the media. Like, they're going to separate us, so it feels like us against them, when really all of us right here, we want to help our community. We've wanted to say, I don't want to say we woke, because I don't really like that term. I feel like we've actually done research. we weren't like asleep. We were just misled. So I want to say we're now led in the right direction. I don't want to say we want to say we're led in the right direction, because now we can go out and we can teach our people and our people as an American people about how we have been lied to and how we have been tricked, and how we can change that and take it back into our hands and back into our community and just help our community.
Also, if you want to hear more from a young black conservative thing, you can follow me at the John Soul. I don't know if you want to see that.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay.
Great.
You can see my opinions and other people's opinions.
And what's your name?
My name is Jonathan. Yeah.
And can you spell your first and last name for us?
My first name is Jonathan. Last name is SOWL.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. And then what about yours?
My name is Rochelle Conwell Williams, but on social media I go by ROCHELLE C-W. On Twitter I'm conservative_Victor, and Facebook Rochelle C. -AW, and on Instagram.
I'm a firm believer of education. It's not that education hasn't served me in all of my experiences, right? But I'm not an engineer right now. You know, I am a Class A contractor in the state of Virginia. I can build commercial buildings. I can do a lot of things. So the education I earned wasn't worthless, but it is not the reason why I'm at where I'm at.
And that goes back. So when I started working, let me give you one of these.
So I think just let me bring it home one more time.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing is understanding the opportunities that are available in America. Okay, education is a lot, but it's not the end all be all. Work ethic and understanding that being able to maneuver around failures in your life or offsets in your life is key. It is not the end all be all. Education, thinking that
he says that nobody's gonna hurt me.
What was your name, man?
So
there's a lot of children today that are being homeschooled. Don't have all the money, the whole income, and all of that. And they're being educated better in homeschool than they are in these public schools.
But this goes back to kind of the whole conversation is teaching those things. So when I was young, I started working shoveling manure and digging trenches for $3 an hour.
Yeah.
And I realized if I worked hard, I could get $4 an hour. And so I worked and worked and worked, and I knew when I went to that job, I was going to be the best worker on that site, no matter what I was doing.
I've always told everyone I've worked around, I don't care if you're faster than me, you know more than me, I don't care. You're not going to be able to work harder than me. That is one thing that no one that has ever worked with me
I'd love to work with you, man,
could ever say is that you cannot work harder than me.
That's it.
Period.
But that goes back to all, like, we need to teach that, instill that. And I love you, man. I love, because this is where it happens in these where people, there's so much more common ground here. That's it. If we got back to that, just holding people accountable. Yeah. What was your name, man?
Postmaster Good.
Postmaster Goose?
Yes, sir. I'm Postmaster Goose.
God bless you. Good. God bless you, man. Good to meet you. And your name, sir?
Earl Lewis. But when they took the jobs out of America, when NAFTA came and Clinton took the jobs out, that was a problem.
Absolutely.
And see, that happened. That affected, that affected everybody.
Okay. My whole entire economy.
Yeah.
Right. It affected everybody.
So I'm with you there. I mean, that's why we need to put America first. America, the president of the United States should put America first.
We cannot use race as a curse.
No.
That's what I'm saying is we got to work together. Right. But what I'm saying, as men in America, we got to work together. To work together. Because at the end of the day, if we can just somehow remove racism out of the picture and work together as Americans, because at the end of the day, let's call a spade a spade.
Well, let me ask you a question.
One second.
Who's pushing the racism?
One second. Who's pushing the racism?
Who's pushing it? If we want to address
that
that issue, because it is an issue, I agree. We need to address that issue. Okay, if we can,
not everybody,
not everyone, but if we could like put a finger on it, because I think everyone here knows exactly who's mainly pushing that issue, the racist issue, onto America. What? It's the media. The media is doing it. Do you think it's Trump?
I'll employ every single one of y'all. I do well now.
Anyone need a job? Anyone need a job?
Who needs a job?
Hey, right here. I love that, man.
You willing to come to Chesapeake, Virginia and work hard every day, rain, snow, or sleet? That all.
I want to see this happen. I want to come out and film.
I'll give you my phone
I
number
love
right
that,
now.
man. I love that, man. I love that. Yes, sir.
We got that
Back in order.
That's it.
Bottom line, if we all work together.
Yeah.
I'm originally from Virginia myself, okay? I ain't had no clue about racism as a kid. Somebody had to tell me. So that being said, if we work together as men, because at the beginning, Revolution War was everybody defending America, right? And there was basically people, African American people, that was on the south side, okay, as well.
Right down there is a movie theater.
We understand that, but we're down here with each other. We got to work together. We as men, and that's real talk.
So this is one of the things too that we need to address too. It's not just white racism. It's brown, it's black. Anyone who divides or judges somebody on the color of their skin is a racist. I mean, and this is one of those things and I've been told this. When I see racism, somebody that looks at me doesn't like me because of the color of my skin, if they're black or brown or whatever, and I've been told, well, they can't be racist because they don't control the power structure. That lie has to be destroyed. Anybody who judges somebody on the color of their skin, we got to start saying we're people, we're men, we stand together, and I judge you on the content of your character. You know, you're a good worker, you're going to get a job, you're going to keep that job. If you're a bad worker, you're going to lose that job. It has nothing to do with the color of your skin. We got to start calling that out, and like Will said, the Democrats and the media and the people that continue, the race pimps out there who are pushing this stuff to keep us divided. I mean, that's really what it is so that we don't become friends, because they know if we unite, man, they're dead.
Well, today,
they're dead.
Well, let me tell you something. Today spoke volumes.
Amen.
Today spoke volumes.
Amen.
Because it wasn't about no black and white thing, about the Second Amendment. And this many people show up together, right, it affects us all. And I can tell you, we was a minority, but at no time did I feel threatened. I've been up to Washington, D.C., and we went through the same thing. I did not feel threatened. So the racism, we need to just cut that out, leave that alone. Let's move forward as men. Because we looking at each other.
If we can do that?
Yes.
If we can do that?
Yes.
If we can do that.
I can do that. My eyes are green like yours. I can do that. That's what I'm saying. But because we all connected. We are cousins. Okay? We are cousins. I grew up in a black neighborhood. My first fight, I fought 6 black guys. Hello? I had green eyes. I was different.
I'm from Dayton,
okay?
Ohio.
I was different. We all that check. That's real. That's real. So why am I going to basically make it a black and white thing? No, it's a people thing. And you know who has a problem? It's men. We as men, if we would stand up together, we wouldn't be going through this. Our kids are growing up, and they are basically balancing and working together in school. It's our responsibility as men to train them. There you go. The race is not a problem. It's not a problem.
It's time. You know what? It's time for men to be
close
men again.
even,
It's time for America and women to be women again. I mean, in this
kind of one of those
nation.
things.
Uber sensitive.
Things
If
that
you're
they've done
doing
for
a bad job on a job, I should be able to tell you you're doing a bad job.
Want to jump in on the conversation?
Okay.
No pressure. No pressure. Anyone that wants to.
I mean, last time I checked, nobody's mama had a selector switch on side her belly saying, I want to be black or white or blue or green or whatever color you are. You're a damn human being in America if you're born in this country. And the President of the United States and the politicians should put any American over top anybody around any damn part of the world, because the damn taxpayers' money is what pays their salary, what pays their damn bills, what pays where they live at, not somebody across the ocean somewhere else.
What's up, guys? How you doing,
And when you
man?
don't put the people that you support or you represent over other people in other lands, then you're treasonous as hell, is bottom line.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. That's it. That's it. How you doing, bro?
Once I get in the vehicle,
Good to see you too, man. Come over here. Come over here. You guys,
prop my head back on the headrest.
I love it, man. So for you guys just joining us out there, America's Voice News. What was your name again, sir?
Earl Lewis.
Earl Lewis. And
Dave Leon.
Dave Leon.
Paul Harding.
Okay, and I really want you guys to be connected, man. That's freaking awesome, dude. Yeah. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. God bless you. Good to see you. Were you guys here all day?
Oh, yeah, we were. Yeah.
So we're just talking about that. Do you guys see all the white supremacists out here?
Yeah. You guys are racist.
Yeah, you are. You are. I mean, obviously, because you got. I am. I mean.
but if it were,
we got actually one behind us right now.
So I just want to say, what's the point of protesting the constitutional rights that someone has? Like, you cannot infringe on other people's rights. If you should be able to protect yourself. It's your right. So I just want to say, like, I hope the governor is watching. I hope he gets the message, and I hope that Virginia people keep pushing.
I love it. I love it.
I mean, the event was great. It was amazing. I saw so many people of all different races, black people, white people, Hispanic people, Asian people. I thought this was supposed to be a white supremacist event. That's all I saw on CNN, MSNBC. That's all I saw on the fake news.
All the way from California.
It's kind of hard to believe when we're standing right here, standing up for our God-given rights, our inalienable rights that you're not supposed to take away. We created the Constitution to ensure that the tyrannical government could not take away our rights, so they could not oppress the people. That's the whole reason that we even left Great Britain and the UK. We don't want to end up like Iran or Cuba or any of those other countries. There's a specific reason we made the Constitution. It's not for laws it's not for laws to ensure that the people can't do whatever they want. It's to ensure that the government cannot enact oppression over the people. We've seen it happen in other countries.
We've seen it here. That's why we created it. We escaped the tyranny to come here.
I mean, you can look at California. You can look at New York. They banned guns. What happened? Homicides went up. What are people doing? They're still bringing guns over there, and they're stabbing people. What happened in London? They banned guns. They're stabbing people. They had the highest murder rate capital in the world.
Criminals don't follow gun laws.
I just think it's amazing to see so many patriots here fighting for the Second Amendment.
I'm talking about London right now.
And
I'm talking about London, not the UK. I'm talking about London. London overwent New York.
I think it's so awesome that we get to support our Second Amendment rights, and I just believe that it's very important that we are able to defend ourselves. I think that if you believe that we live in a system that's racist and white supremacist and wants to take us over, we should maybe be able to defend ourselves. So I don't understand the protesting against that. But yeah, I'm excited. I love being able to support the president and live in a country where we can support our constitutional rights.
Man, this was probably my favorite part of the day right here. You guys are awesome. It was great to meet you, Jafari. All right, Jafari, man. Ben, great to meet you, man. This was awesome. What's that?
Yes,
yeah. I'll give you my contact too.
We needed that. You know what I'm saying, to show the our people.
Hey, I want to get your. I'll give you my contact.
You know, they got to get involved. They got to get involved, man. They got to get involved for their rights.
I'd love to stay in touch with you guys, so see how that goes. Anyways, Ben Bergquam, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. We're about to be live on America's Voice News or America's Voice Live in just a minute. We're live out here now. Keep standing up. Keep standing up. That guy, the one protester I've seen so far today. We have a few people out here that are infiltrated, trying to get. I saw a few leftists out there that are trying to get their sound bites for their own channels, whatever. But in general, the vast majority of people out here love this country, support the Second Amendment, and want to stand up for it. So God bless America, guys. We'll talk to you next time.
you